What's happening? Because you know it's your boy B Hot Radio. Shout in as always. I got my podcast partner off in this thing. OG Gangsta Wicked, aka Big Galaxy of Ghetto Mafia.
Yes, sir. Was Monday morning. Nigga tired as hell.
Hey, man.
You know, I was at Georgia and Tennessee. Said I told you we were gonna beat the paint off Tennessee.
That's right. Right. How was that game though, man?
It was great, man. I got a chance to kick it with Quincy Carter, man.
Okay. What up, though, Q?
Yes, sir. Got a chance to kick it with a lot of the ex-Georgia players. I didn't know that I was one of the recruiters. Quincy don't got me down there as a recruiter. You know, so I'm thinking I'm going to the game to chill.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm standing up talking to recruits about how great Georgia is, even though I've never played for Georgia.
Yeah, but you watch him every weekend.
I watch him every weekend, man. And I want to shout out, you know what I'm saying, Champ Bailey, man. So I'm going to try to reach out to Champ, get Champ to come down. Yeah. Maybe, I think that the people out there would enjoy, you know what I'm saying, hearing what Champ got to say.
That's right.
Jamal Lewis, you know what I'm saying?
What up,
got a chance
Jamal?
to holler. I got a chance to holler at Lil Jamal. He's one of the recruits.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna try to get Jamal Lewis. Say you can, would that be something you'd be interested in?
Side, man. I mean, Doug, you got to have Jamal in here.
Well,
sir.
I mean, you were really a sucky player, so I don't know that.
See, I ain't so say. Jamal would have came across that wing on me.
What you would have done?
And it would have been a clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
It would have been a clash of the Titans on that football
Just
field.
like you were going to pick six Quincy while Champ Bailey is guarding you too, right? Champ Bailey guarding you. He press coverage on you.
That's right.
You going to slap him down.
I'm just a swim move away. I'm just a swim move away from sacking a nigga, scoring a touchdown.
But nah, it was a great day, man. It was cold as hell. Hopefully I ain't caught a cold out there, because I was sitting there, that motherfucker, that shit, boy, it get cold out there at nighttime.
Damn.
I do miss the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, because it's climate temperature.
Exactly.
Nigga, Georgia's old school. Like, we at Green Bay Packers, nigga. It was cold as a motherfucker that night.
God.
So, but all in all, man, it was just beautiful, man. The Tennessee fans, they got something with the little quarterback that they got. We just beat the paint off for them, but they'll be all right.
Okay. Well, no, that's a good thing, man. I thought you was going to go out there and do a pick six and run back a few punts or something.
Well, they asked me to dress out, you know what I'm saying, say I still look good for my age and stuff, but I tell you, I'm trying to, let the young boy shine.
Oh, you didn't want to, okay, you didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, this 4-2, you know what I'm saying, I never lost this 4-2.
That 4-2?
Yeah, I never lost that 4-2 spin.
I thought it was a 4 flat. I thought it was a 4 flat last time I checked.
Yeah, bang.
You went over there with Jermaine, you over there shooting threes, and you thought you was Steph Curry. So Def Studio.
Yeah, Jermaine didn't want to play me either. I would just box. I would just bag Jermaine down. He'll look at it.
Okay, now Jermaine done stole that ball. Nigga jumped up there, yoked on your ass. You looking crazy.
Hell yeah, let's get it though, man. Shout out to Georgia, man. You know what I'm saying? Tennessee was a great game, and you know what I'm saying, Quincy for having me.
Man, that's a beautiful thing right there. Now, in trending news right now, they're saying that Diddy's breaking jail rules to sneak phone calls and influence the jury pool. That's according to the feds. Now, this is what's going on according to an article on Hip Hop DX by Sean Sataro. They're saying that Diddy has been placing secret phone calls, intimidating witnesses, and planning a public relations strategy meant to taint the jury pool in his upcoming trial, all from inside a federal jail. That's what prosecutors are arguing in a new memo. The 30-page memo was filed on Friday in response to Diddy's latest attempt to be granted bail. The document claims that since Diddy has been incarcerated, he has used a variety of means to evade the Bureau of Prisons monitoring of his communications in violation of jail rules so that he could make calls that evade surveillance and speak to people he wasn't authorized to speak to. Now, they're saying that his methods include using phone access code numbers belonging to other inmates to make calls, using three-way calls to contact other individuals, including individuals who are not on his approved contact list, and using an unauthorized third-party communication system to send messages to numerous individuals, including unauthorized contacts. Now, part of the reason for this is the memo continued was so that Diddy could plan a public relations strategy in order to influence the jury pool And the prosecutors went on to say the defendant is explicit about his intention to use public statements to alter public perception, the memo reads. It points to a particular social media campaign around Diddy's birthday, citing that this post in particular, which the memo says the mogul enlisted family members to plan and execute at his carefully curated direction. The defendant from within the jail then monitored the analytics and the audience engagement and explicitly discussed with his family how to ensure that the video had his desired effect on potential jury members in the case. And the document also makes mention of Diddy's alleged relentless efforts to contact potential witnesses, including victims of his abuse, who could provide powerful testimony against him. The defendant's goal is to blackmail victims and witnesses either into silence or providing testimony helpful to his defense. Now, that's what's going on. That's what they're saying that the prosecution is claiming is happening with Diddy. And Hip Hop DX, they reached out to Diddy's representatives for a response, but they were not immediately available.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if do you want to hear what I got to say about it?
I mean, what are your thoughts, man?
My thoughts are this right here. I'm gonna cut through. I'm gonna single out one particular part of this entire thing. I'm not gonna go into what Diddy actually did, whether he did that or whether he didn't do it. Was his intentions to persuade a jury? Was his intentions just to get some bras? I don't know. I'm not gonna go into all that, but one thing I will say as a black man that has been around the system itself, the judicial system, they always cry foul when they do the same thing. See, any person that has been to jail before, the first thing they do is what? Before you even have been, indicted on a lot of stuff, they put a mug shot of you, release it to all media, put up under there, murder one. So it's not many times I've been looking at the news behind. I see a nigga that looking like this right here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they got, murder one up on a capital murder. I instantly be like, damn, well, he look like he did it. That's influencing people outside because that particular person hasn't been convicted of anything yet. Yeah. So for them to cry foul that he's trying to persuade and put himself in a good light because they're gonna paint you as a monster. Yeah. See, what they wanted one-sided. They want us to be able to lock you up, even though you haven't been convicted of anything, put out, mug shots on you, put out a narrative on you, what you have done, what they're influencing the jury when you televised the feds raiding my house. Do you think that does not influence the jury? When you make Donald Trump come down and parade him on national news to come in and do a fingerprint when he's the ex-president, when y'all could have took care of that, and does that influence a jury to say, you know what, Trump did do whatever they say he did? When you raid Mar-a-Lago, does that influence a jury? See, these are the things that they already do. Back to when they was the same thing with OJ. The only thing about it, back when they was trying that with OJ, Johnny Cochran, every time they made a public statement about OJ or did a press conference, he came right back and did one himself. That's true. You understand what I'm saying? Now, y'all not gonna paint my client to be a monster, but then now we can't persuade people that he's not a monster. See, so it's to me, them sit up here crying foul. He's using a three-way call, and he's blah blah blah. What is he supposed to do? Second of all inmates use three-way calls. You know what I'm saying? I done been locked up in Jefferson County, and if I can't get through to somebody, and I can get called B-High and say, B-High, call my broad. You know what I'm saying? She ain't answering the phone. She don't know what number this is. Yeah. I done got jammed up. Yeah. Click over and dial this number and tell her to answer the goddamn phone. Yeah. So, I mean, by them even releasing that's what they're trying to do to him. They're releasing this stuff on Diddy to persuade people that he's in there with misbehavior. See, y'all? See what he do? When he in jail, he can't even behave in jail. He in here making three-way calls. He in here intimidating witnesses. All they're doing is trying to paint a picture of him and influence a jury. But if he's doing it, now it's a problem. That's the point I want to concentrate on. Now, what he's actually doing in there, what his intentions is, I'm not going to get into that. Yeah. We're not going to regurgitate what he's locked up for and whether he did that. Now, it's not about that at all. Yeah. This could be anybody in that position. This could be me, you, anybody. The system itself, they paint a picture of us as monsters, and they get mad when you try to paint a picture of not being a monster. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, well, that's the wicked truth right there. I'm not going to argue with you on that. I mean, shit, nigga, you snap.
I just try to keep it real. I try to keep it straight down the middle.
Now, the problem is that he got the wrong lawyer. He should have been calling Wicked to come down there and represent his ass.
Well,
you need to use them three-way calls right now because they booked this nigga to come down there and defend you.
Yeah, but no, it's in the hood, man. We all know that. We all know that. How many people have lives have been ruined from the system itself saying stuff about them, painting them as a picture, then they wind up getting off on the charge.
Michael Jackson.
But then they have to go right back to that community with a label on them as a killer, a rapist. Yep. It's men getting out of jail right now talking about they raped white women back in the 80s and stuff. They didn't have DNA and stuff. Yep. Don't smear them. And then now they just now getting out of jail. But that stigma is still on you. Yep. You know, talked about me for the last 20 years. Did documentaries on court TV. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? About me and stuff. Yeah. Man, so even that, then when y'all let me out, you let me out the back door. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With a chick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come and hold a whole press conference and say, you know what? This man been locked up for 30 years. He didn't do nothing. We ain't shit. Yeah. The same investigators that don't slander you and stuff, they don't have the balls to even come up and say, you know what? We made a mistake. They hide. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't feel that I feel like Puffy is doing whatever he can to save his life at this particular point. Just like they're doing whatever they can to take the life.
Y'all hit the comments, man. How do y'all feel about this situation, man? I mean, should Diddy have a right to, try to paint a picture
of himself as
a good guy? Right. Because it works when you see his kids still standing by him.
Correct.
But I'm going to just sit there right there. Be High Radio Shouty, Big Galaxy. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. We gone.